Is 2025 going to be the most important year in Cedar Point's history? I'm going to share with you why I think it is, because of things like, obviously, Top Thrill 2 and Siren's Curse, and right now the park doesn't even have an active park president. What is going on at Cedar Point? All of my thoughts and predictions, including when I think Siren's Curse could potentially open. My name is Theme Park Brandon. I'm really glad you're here. I really hope you're having a heck of a day. And let's get into this. First thing first, to my knowledge, Cedar Point still does not have an active park president, which is mind-boggling. Now, the park does have, I believe, an assistant assistant park president, but no titled park president as of now. And that's crazy. That's alarming to me because this is Cedar Point. It's the Mecca. It had arguably the worst year marketing-wise and publicity-wise last year. I mean, maybe not the worst, but pretty close due to Top Thrill 2. Their new, $15 million, whatever it cost ride, only operated for 6 days. And it had issues. And that's following the 2 years prior to that, Top Thrill Dragster, and the accident that ride had. So for them to go through the turmoil they did last year with Top Thrill 2, we all know what happened. And then this year, and we still don't have an active park president. I think if it was me, I'd be very concerned with that. That's why I am, because you would think that they need someone at that park knowing what's happening, contacting Zamperla and whoever else is involved with Top Thrill 2 and figuring out what exactly is happening. Plus, Cedar Point's not just reopening Top Thrill 2. They're opening an all-new Vekoma tilt coaster, a awesome-looking ride. So essentially, for the first time in a long time, probably ever really, Cedar Point's opening two major coasters. They're in the same year. Now, obviously, over the last 30 to 40 years, they've not done that. But I'm talking about way in the back of the day when the park first opened up. Maybe they had two, mid-sized wooden coasters. But this is crazy. It's going to be a heck of a year for the Point. Not only attendance-wise, but just the buzz around the park. And I really am a little concerned that they have no park president at this moment. To me, that just does not look good. It's not a good presentation. But back to 2025, I do think it's the biggest year in the park history. Obviously due to the new rides, but just how busy Cedar Point was the last couple of years. The good news for the park is even with the accident, even with Top Thrill 2 not being open pretty much the whole season last year, Cedar Point's still having really good attendance, which is great for the park. It really is truly a destination. And even without Top Thrill Dragster or Top Thrill 2, it's still a really awesome park. And I love what they're doing with it this off-season particularly with Millennium Force getting, I think, the new cable lift, some new lighting and stuff like that. I'm really intrigued, and I cannot wait to visit on opening day. So if you're going to be at opening day Cedar Point, be sure to be on the lookout for me. I probably will be wearing my Baby I'm Ready to Go shirt. And I still have these in my store for now, so check out keepridingcoasters.com for my Baby I'm Ready to Go. They come in red, white, and black. Because Cedar Point just posted a video on their YouTube channel about Top Thrill 2 and hyping it up. And at the end of the video, it was very interesting what they said. I just forgot it, so let me go back to it real fast. It says, "Get ready to go." So this 34-second video, it's really cool how they did it. It shows you maintenance guys working on it, pushing some buttons, and the ride, the trains, and then the trains launching. And at the end, it shows the train going over the top hat and going down it. And then it goes into the text, "Get ready to go." Now, Tony Clark has already stated that the plan is to have Top Thrill 2 open on opening day, which is great news for the park. That's why I'm definitely going to be going up there. I need it. I need Top Thrill 2 in my life again. If you've never been on it, and I know most people have not, it's phenomenal. I love it. Honestly, it's my favorite ride in the park. I got 4 rides on it. I just love everything about the ride. Zamperla did a heck of a job. I just really hope and pray that the ride has a much more a better operational 2025, and it's more reliable. But you know, in the end of the day, they're really hyping it up. So it would look really bad on Cedar Point if Top Thrill 2 operates for 7 days in 2025 over the 6 days, because they're very, very confident with the whole get ready to go. So again, I really, 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 really hope that this ride is ready to go and they're going to rock it out and just have it be in operation all the time. That is obviously the goal. Now, another thing that's interesting too is, based on the testing footage of Top Thrill 2 and even this clip here, the train does appear to not have any type of difference in the speed going over the top hat. Which, if you do not know, going over that top hat in Top Thrill 2's trains, it's a lot faster than Top Thrill Dragster ever was. I rode the back row my first time riding it, and I expected Dragsters. I've been on it a bunch of times, and I'm riding my hands up, and my baby, I'm ready to go. Sure, I'm ready to go. Going up over that top hat, I had probably one of my few moments on a roller coaster, because I thought I was just getting flung out. I was not expecting the airtime that you get in the back row going over the top hat. So I'm like this. I'm like, oh my gosh, I held on. I'm like, holy crap. It's definitely legit. But the trains were rumored to be the problem. Some stress fractures as well in the track or the supports. A lot of question marks as to why Top Thrill 2 was closed pretty much all of last year. I mean, honestly, we'll probably never know like all the pieces to it. But I do know is the trains, after watching this video a couple times, it appears that the trains look a little different to me. Maybe some more bracing or support to the trains around the seats. They just don't look as sleek or minimalistic as they were last year. And another thing too, I zoomed in on the part of the video where it shows the trains, as you see right here, going by, and it appears, obviously this is my eyes looking through the camera, watching the video that was shot on the camera, but it looks like the seats are all level, which tells me that they modified the trains to a point and the stadium style seating is no more. Now, would that really affect the ride experience? Maybe, maybe not, but sitting in the back row, or at least the back row of each car where the seat was a couple inches higher, that could very well. But again, I don't see it being a huge deal, but I think that's the biggest change that we're going to see. The great news is the restraint appears to be the same, which is phenomenal. Again, this ride has so many question marks around it, and I'm really curious to see exactly what's going to happen next this year and how it's going to operate, because here's the truth, and some people won't agree, but it really is the truth. Top Thrill 2, if it's not going to be having a good operational year in 2025, and let's say they do another fix to it in 2026, the ride is just not cutting it, it's not staying open, they're going to rip it out. This is the same company that ripped out Kingda Ka and will be ripping out X2. It's just a matter of time. I would hate to see it, but we have to really just hope that this ride has a great year in 2025, which brings me to Siren's Curse. Now, they just posted a video a few days ago, shows you some great aerial views of the ride. Gotta say, this coaster looks legit, and I want to know what you guys think about Siren's Curse in the comments. Let me know. Judging by the layout, the POV, and everything else we've seen about this ride, knowing what I like in a coaster, I could easily see Siren's Curse in my top 5 at Cedar Point. Maybe my top 4. I don't think it's going to be better than Maverick, Steel Vengeance, or Top Thrill 2. I think it definitely has a shot at being better than Magnum, Millennium Force, and the other good ones. But it looks really solid. Who knows? It could. I might like it more than Maverick or Steel Vengeance, or even Top Thrill 2, if that matter. I think I'm really intrigued by this ride. I'm a little disappointed that's not going to be open up on opening day, which brings me to my predictions as far as when I think it's going to open up. Well, they said in the video that they're like 75% done with the track work. You know, I think the next week or so, they complete the ride. Every piece of track will be erected, and then they said the next video that they do, things will be moving. Well, obviously they mean the train's going to be moving on the track, so testing. I think right now it's April 7th. I think by mid-April, obviously the track will be erected and finished within a week. So by April 7th, 14th, 15th, 16th, whatever it is. And then after a week after that, I think testing can begin. I think that by May, definitely this ride's going to be testing and cycling. Which brings me to, the Memorial Day weekend's a huge weekend at Cedar Point. It's going to bring in a lot of crowds with Cedar Point to try to open up their new for 2025 coaster on one of the busier weekends. Maybe, maybe not. I don't see it opening before then. They still have a decent amount of work to be done on it, plus the training, plus the cycling, and getting the ride into commission. So I think early June, like the first week of June is what I'm going to predict that this ride will be open by. And again, this ride, I'm really excited for Cedar Point's future. It looks really, really cool. I think this will pair really nicely with Top Thrill 2. Again, making Cedar Point's 2025 the busiest, biggest, and most... there's so much pressure on the park this year. They have to deliver a good product, because let's say if Top Thrill 2 goes down, right, and it's only open 7 days, 8 days of the year, or whatever it is, and less than 60% of the time, and then Siren's Curse has a major malfunction, and that rides down, then you have your two newest coasters, two of the top 5 or 6 best coasters in the park down. That's not good. Then we all know Maverick, Steel Vengeance, and Millennium Force all have, mechanical issues from time to time. So those are my thoughts on Cedar Point. Now that you know my thoughts, and you should definitely check out how I rank the coasters at Cedar Point from worst to best in this video here. Also, I have a video about I did the tallest coasters at Cedar Point where I rank them. You should definitely check that video out as well. You'll be surprised. And with all that being said, you know what to do. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. This is Theme Park Brandon. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.